This is my sixth video blog with nothing long or global sporting colour. Thanks guys for all the support and interviews that you guys been doing with me from the start all the way to the top. Thanks very much. Catch you
Mr. White,
later. Yes.
boxer, heavyweight, aspiring champion. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the sport of boxing and where the love for it came from.
Well, I've always liked boxing from a kid. My dad and my granddad actually did bare knuckle boxing in Jamaica like years ago when I was a kid. But they didn't take it seriously. I did a couple fights here and there, whatever, to make the extra money or whatever. But I used to watch people like Mike Tyson, Kenny Nott, and Larry Holmes and those guys box, and Muhammad Ali and that. I used to think, oh, this is good. But I didn't start off doing boxing. I started off doing Thai boxing and stuff, and then after a while, training for years and stuff, and after I started getting involved. I went to boxing actually to improve my hand skills, so the K1 stuff, and then I started to get good at it, and I started sparring people, and I was doing alright, holding my own and stuff. Then I thought I was like, let me give this a try. I've always liked it, but and then that's how it all kicked off, man.
So you've always been in mixed martial arts or martial arts per se. I mean, how long was you in K1 and how did that come about?
Whoa, I studied it when I was 15, 16, and I did it till I was like 20, 21, and I started boxing when I was 21.
So did you enjoy it? I mean, why not continue in K1? I guess that's.
I enjoyed it. But
why did the K1 career come to an end?
I had a bunch of fights, and after it was like, after a while it just wasn't going anywhere. Man, it was like I've had this much fights, and it's like I check the bank and the bank is still empty, and it's like when you're young, it's fun, innit? You know what I mean? You fight, you enjoy it, and whatever. But as you get older, you have responsibilities. You get kids and stuff, So I'm a man that I started training and stuff and fighting because I thought it was a easy way to make a life for my family and my mum and stuff. That it's like I've been doing this for years and the boxing ain't coming in, so I know that boxing is much more money and stuff and all of that sort of stuff. So I just started doing it and
just made more sense. Basically.
Yeah, that's it. You hit the nail on the head. It made more sense to just
But you weren't born here, were you?
No, I was born in Jamaica.
So what brought you to England and what was it? How was that? What part of that? Tell us about that part of the journey.
Basically, what happened was my mum left me when I was 2 years old or something to come here, and she came here and was working and all of that sort of stuff, and she took my older sisters and because they was older, she took them up first to help with things here and whatever. After I came here when I was 11, and then that's it, man. I came here. Get into the swing.
How was the change, man, from Jamaica to England?
Fortunately I came here when I was kind of young, so the change wasn't too bad. Just at the first couple of years, it's hard, because you go to school and you speak funny and stuff. People was like, oh, what's all that jibber jabber you speak, and you're like, what I mean? It's just the weather. People take the piss and stuff, but I was always a strong kid, so people try to take the piss too long, then after. When I blow the gas explodes. So
you didn't really miss anything from.
Yeah, I do. I miss my family there. I miss the weather. I miss the lifestyle and stuff. But I'm a man that I like changes and I adapt to things kind of quick. So I've always been adapting in life, and my life has been changing back and forth since I can remember. So it's just another thing for me in life to do.
If the consistent thing in your life so far has been change, tell me what's going to change over the next year for you, because I know that you're 5 fights deep into a boxing heavyweight career. So how have things changed from the beginning till now, and how do you see things changing in the next 12 months?
Things for me is everything in my life is changing. Boxing's bring first it was the kickboxing aspect of things. Now boxing's bring a whole new challenge for me. Like I'm fighting regularly. My name's getting out there. I build up my experience and stuff. So in the next 12 months, things will change with the fights. I'll be getting better opponents. I'll be able to do more stuff because of the stage I am and all of that sort of stuff. So
How's it gone? I mean, you was a bit frustrated in the beginning. You had a bit of a knee injury that stopped you from. You'd have been a little bit further on in your career by now if it weren't for that. Tell us about that, coming through that, getting over it, how frustrating it was.
I was training for my first pro debut, and like 3 weeks before the fight, I sparred Derek Cesaro, and he's finished and left. Me and my coach was doing some stuff on the pads at Mickey Rooney's down in London Bridge, and there's a little quinge in the mat, and you know, I went to throw uppercut and twist my foot on the canvas and tore my meniscus quite bad, literally split in half. And you know, I don't really like to talk about it because, you know what I mean, it's a part of my life that I'm trying to forget and move on, because it held me back for about a year or something. I couldn't do anything, I couldn't train or anything, you know what I mean, and that was a hard time for me because it was quite depressing, you know what I mean. I was waiting for my moment to go pro, and it's like it finally came, and then, you know, something silly as a little piece of canvas just, you know, set me back a year, and I had to have big surgery and stuff, and they say I wouldn't be able to run or to box again because of the kind of injury it was. But, you know, me, I've always been a fighter from I was a young boy, you know, not just like physical fighting. I've always, you know, like I said, I've always had changes in my life, so I had to fight it mentally and physically. So, you know, I mean, I was just in my house one day and I was like, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna get my career back in track. And I just get up and I phoned up the team and I said to them, listen, you know, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to. And they was like, are you sure? You know, you want to take it easy, you want to do this? And I said to him, you know, schedule a fight for me. You know, I'll train for it and I'll get ready for it. And I trained. I came in a bit overweight and whatever, but I got the job done. And then my knees getting better and better. You know, I started training, getting physio and stuff, and then, you know, my physique and everything just keep improving. So, you know, I'm getting back to the old me. You know, so.
Tell me about your team and all the people that supported you.
You know, I got a great family, and I got a great team around me. You know, the team around me, I wouldn't even say it's a team. We're more family than a team. You know what I mean? We all have great respect for each other. We all understand each other. You know, my team. You can ask me something, ask my manager something, ask my trainer something, and we'll answer it the same way or nearly the same. They'll probably just use a bit more sophisticated words than I would, but, you know, we know each other well, we listen to each other well, we understand each other well. You know, the guys understand how to motivate me, what to say to me, you know, before the fights, you know, in the build-up of the fights. Like, for instance, if I'm with my manager and we go swimming and I'm tired, you know, he will say something to get me to get going, you know, but I'm one of those guys that don't really need a lot of motivation, you know. You just say to me, Dill, run 10 miles and I'll give it my best. I'll give it 120%, you know. Even if I got to run 8 and walk the other 2, you know, that's who I am, you know.
I know you're fortunate because your team's put you in and amongst some quality fighters. You've already sparred and trained with some of the world's best across different martial arts. Tell me about that, and tell me about this experience you've picked up along the way, and some of the bad habits that you're not going to adopt as well.
Well, yeah, I'm one of those guys, I'll go anywhere and spar or I train, you know. I've been away on my own to other countries and train and spar, you know. I've done it many times, you know. My managers, they set up things for me, you know. If they can be there, my manager and my team, they'll be there. If they can't, they know they don't have to worry about me not showing up or not, you know what I mean. I've gone to Holland, Germany, America. I've been in so many different places training with different martial arts, like you say, you know. So
some of the biggest names that you've trained with?
David A, Quentin Rampage Jackson, David Price, Derek Cesaro, Badr Hari, Melvin Manoff.
All guys who have done stuff that you'd want to do, yeah?
Say again?
All guys that have done stuff that you'd want to do.
Yeah, you know, all those guys are, you know, as a kid coming up, you know, those guys was the guys I look up to, you know. I want to have, like, you know, I want to get to where they are and have what they have and be able to take care of my family, my mum especially, you know. So they all inspired me in different ways, and to be honest, some of them, you know, the drive I got, I'm not saying I'm better than them, but some of them, the drive I got where hard work and concern is, I think I push a little bit more than what some of them do, you know. But, you know, I just, you know.
We're at the Troxy in East London. where you're going to be fighting next. But people have got you. There's this perception on the road that you're an MMA fighter turned boxer. Let's put that one to bed.
Well, you know, people say whatever they say. You tell people something, and they say whatever they feel or whatever they think they hear or whatever, you know. Like I tell people I'm 23, they say I'm 26. You know, I tell people I'm from Brixton, they say I'm from Peckham. You know, I tell people I come from K1 Thai boxing background, they say I'm from MMA. So, you know, I can sit here and say, yes, I did this or I did that, and then people watch the video blog and then still say whatever their mind think I say. So, you know, just let people just say whatever they want to say. For me, it's all about, as long as my name's being called, that's good for me. Whether it's good or bad or whatever, my name's still being called. So.
Has it got something to do with the fact that you had one MMA fight here at the Troxy?
Yeah.
Ironic is coming full circle, I suppose. You're back as a boxer, but it's probably that knockout's probably been etched in people's minds. They've remembered it for.
Yeah, you know, it was a good fight. You know, I fought a good guy. You know, I put him away until seconds because, you know, that fight, the guy was a rustler, so I was training wrestling thinking the guy was gonna come and wrestle. The guy came out and started throwing punches, so I was like, okay, you know, that's the road when it got down. You know, I started opening, I took it and I sparked him out in 12 seconds.
Satisfying victory.
Yeah, it was a good victory, you know.
But not too satisfying, not enough to encourage you to put them 4 rounds gloves back on.
You know what, I wanted to, but then it got to the stages where it's 3 different sports was pulling me, and after it's like, you know, it's decision time. You know, it was either the chance of try and go for boxing and try and win the ABAs and whatever, carry on doing kickboxing and go live in Holland and do it that way, and then there's the chance of MMA. And after it's like, you know, I'm young, you know, heavyweight scene in Brixton, in Britain, is starting to get lively. So I was just like, you know, we sat down with the guys and we have a talk, and after it was like, you know, we'll give the boxing a shot and see it goes. Rest come to rest, you know, my options is still there because I'm at the end of this, I'm 23. I'm not 38 or whatever. I'm 23, so you know the doors are still open or whatever. So we decided to go boxing. I started doing boxing amateurs. I was doing alright as an amateur, and then after they started, you know, I had a few fights. So, you know, I knocked a guy out in Sweden, and there was some little problem. He had difficulties. He was in a coma and some other stuff.
Is he okay now?
Yeah, he's fine, you know. I checked up on him and made sure he was alright. I came back to England and they started giving me problems. Yeah, you know, you did kickboxing, so you can't do amateur boxing, and that's rubbish because loads of other boxers did kickboxing and did amateur boxing, never give them any problems. So I don't know why, you know, I beaten the guy they're sending for Olympics now. You know, I hate to brag on it and say, yeah, I beat this person, this and that, blah, 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 but I did actually beat him, so I don't know why would they take my license away and allow him to go through, you know. Obviously, I don't understand that, you know. I think, honestly, I would have been ABA champion once or maybe even twice. And then, you know, I could have gone pro. But, you know, I just said, you know what, I bite my losses like I always do. Changes in my life again. I decided to go pro. Obviously, I got to learn the game the hard way, you know. I never had a lot of amateur experience or whatever, so I just, you know, The
next time you fight is against Colin Kenner, who's 17, wins 17 losses, 3 draws. You're probably not going to have all that music in the background that we've had throughout this interview, but firstly, what music are you going to walk to the ring with, and how do you expect the fight to go?
Well, there's few songs that we're kind of debating at the moment, you know.
Give us a hint.
Well, it's down. There's the house song that goes, "I'm hungry for the power, hungry." There's that one, and then there's a couple of things, you know. We normally decide like the week of the fight. We just say, boom. If we have a good training session the week of the fight, and we think this song's really inspirational, or this song we can relate to this song, then we just go with it. You know what I mean? So, and the fight, my first 6 rounder, Kanye's been there and done it. You know what I mean? He's fought good people. He's fought some very good opponents. You know, his game. You know, he's just beating a young prospect, a guy that's from the same area as me, you know, that's had more fights than me and whatever. So, really, I'm just going to come out, see what he's got, and then just take it from there, really. I'm not going to, you know, look for the knockout, whatever, but if it comes, it comes, you know. I'm just going to just do the business and do what we've been working and what we've been, you know, the strategy we've been planning for him, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do, you know.
Who inspires you? I know you watch a lot of the old time boxers. Do you still do that?
Yeah.
Do you still kind of learn from them and some of the things that they were doing back in the day, or is it a totally different ball game now?
You know, I watch everyone and I learn from everyone. You know, I maybe sometimes I'm watching the telly and I see something and I'll go sparring and I'll try it. You know, so I'm always learning. I learn from everyone. I learn from kids, from adult, from Muhammad Ali, from David A, from Price, from Cesaro, from Tom Dallas. I'm learning from everyone. You know, I'm just like being humble and just being a sponge and trying to soak up as much as I can till it's time for me to pounce. You know, so that's all I'm just doing.